I'm Stuart Carden, Artistic Director of Kansas City Repertory Theater and Director of The Old Man and the Old Moon.
Isn't it just like the sea to come between you and me?
The Old Man and the Old Moon is a piece that I've lived with longer than any story in my career. I've had lots of works that I've directed 2 or 3 times that might have traveled around the country, but this piece and this story and this ensemble, I've been living with this story and continuing to develop it for, we're at year 7 or 8. And so it's one of my signature pieces because I've been exploring it for so long. It also is one of my signature pieces because it brings together some things that I just love. I love the immediacy of direct address storytelling, and this has at its heart a connection between audience and performer that we connect and bring the audience directly through it by speaking to them and bringing them along the story. Through the story, it also brings together a lot of different modes of theatrical storytelling. There's a lot of exciting physical movement that tells the story. There's found object puppetry, so objects like you see around us. There's also traditional puppetry, found object puppetry. There's shadow puppetry in the piece. Mm-hmm. And the other really critical part, 2 other critical parts of the storytelling are Foley, which is using sound effects to activate and create the atmosphere, as well as music. And so all of these multidisciplinary and also multimodal way of storytelling is really part of my signature work as a director. I love to bring together these different types of storytelling that activate the audience's imagination and asks them to experience the story in different ways. And so that's the other reason that this is, I consider this one of my signature pieces of theater. I actually taught the ensemble members, there's 7 of them, when I was teaching at Carnegie Mellon University, and the ensemble took a class with me, a collaboration class. So I've known them for 15 plus years and have developed a really close relationship with them. I jokingly call them my bro sons because they feel like both my brothers and my sons. And we've had a really extraordinary collaborative relationship. It started there when I taught them, and then after that, I'd been keeping apprised of their work and really interested in them building what I call lo-fi, high imagination, music-driven work, and had been keeping apprised of their work. And then they had their first full-length piece, which turned out to be The Old Man and the Old Moon. And they invited me to come and experience it. And so I did. We went out for drinks afterwards to talk about the piece, and we immediately started collaborating and working and talking about what was working in that version of the story and how they might develop and build it. And that led to some conversations that culminated in a second production that the heart of the story was already there, but we really radically re-envisioned what key story we were leaning into about the moon, how it came to be in the sky, wax and wane, and connecting that to the heart line of the story about the old man and the old woman. They're one of my most continuous collaborators and artists that inspire me and really reinvigorated me in terms of the type of work that I love to do, and set me off on a trajectory of exploring music-driven and interesting concert music intersections with theatrical storytelling. So that's the short version, honestly, of what has been a really extraordinary partnership with the ensemble of PigPen Theatre Co. So this is a new initiative starting with The Old Man and the Old Moon at KCRep that is committed to creating all ages or intergenerational theater experiences for audiences. So this year, it's The Old Man and the Old Moon. Next year, as we announced, it's a new adaptation of Peter Pan called Peter Pan and Wendy. That's a new Peter Pan for a new generation. And we're really interested in expanding who we serve at KCRep in a lot of different ways, but one of those is creating opportunities for audiences to have an intergenerational theater experience, for families to be able to come and experience theater together. And the reason I think that's important is, and a valuable experience, is when you've got different generations connecting with a piece of art that is genuinely made to span the ages from 9 to 99, to choose a random spread of ages. When you've got audiences that are engaged and accessing different aspects of the story, the theme, the experience, you are getting a different experience in the audience. And that type of intergenerational experience can only happen in live theater, where we're all in the room together, experiencing a story and perhaps learning or being inspired to learn something else about the story or yourself by the way other audience members are reacting.
Sidestep the creaks and the cracks of my broken smile. Light me a gate for my path if you'll stay a while.
So I think audiences should come and see The Old Man and the Old Moon because, first of all, it's the first show that I'm directing on Spencer Stage at KCRep. And I've been waiting a long time to share this singular, inventive, really joyful, and adventurous piece of theater with audiences. One of the things that I've learned after years of sharing this production and experience is that it leaves audiences in a place of playful creativity that I find really inspiring, that the energy that this show and the experience of this show transfers to the audience, you take home with you. And you might be a little more playful with your family or partner or friend in the car ride home, or you may be inspired to go home and grab some objects from the garage or basement and turn on a flashlight and activate some of the theatrical shadow puppetry that we're doing in the show. But I think audiences should come and experience the show because it will leave them in a space of creative inspiration. And that's a special thing that I want our Kansas City community to experience.
Then I just give in. So string of the planks and pluck my purse to pass. She'll sharp shine the dimes from my eyes and I won't come back. I crash on the board. I crash on the board.